Oh, yo. Was goody, was goody, was goody. Plank gang and cul-de-sac family. It's your boy Johnny 2 by 4. We waiting for all the homeboys so we can give you a little rundown what's going down tonight. So give me 1 second, Plank gang family. You already know the vibes out here. Oh my God, let's get it, let's get it. Holy smokes, yo. How's your day, everybody? Yo, what's the vibe? For everybody in the Plank gang and the cul-de-sac, what's the vibe? We just waiting for my boy out here to join in. There we go. Hopefully that joint works. Hopefully that joint works out. Think my boy can jump in. Hold on. Please. Hopefully this goes smooth. Yeah. There we go.
What's up?
Everything all Gucci? Hold on. Everything all good? Yo, there we go. Dang. It took all that to get that joint set up on there, dog.
We're good.
What's
Can you
good
hear
with
me?
you? What's good with you?
What's up? You can hear me though?
I can hear you though. I think my headset's bugging, but we just gonna have to make do. You hear me?
Yeah. All right.
We good with it, day. It took all of that to get that joint set up. But yo, what's good with it? Cul-de-sac and Plank Gang family. It's your boy Johnny 2 by 4. I'm here with my man's Double A. What's good with it?
What's up? How y'all doing? So Johnny, why don't you tell us why we're here?
Yo, you already know why we here, my boy. You know we're here to give the Plank Gang, bro. So me and my boy Double A right here, we decided to start this podcast together, kind of thing, because I needed somebody to do it with, and we wanted to create a vibe together in which we basically make you feel like you're game with your friend, make you feel like you're be able to talk and chill with your homies and stuff like that. Give you that back in the day throwback hangout vibe, if that makes sense to you guys. And my boy Double A has always been the man for that. Like growing up, he's been with me, day in and day out. We used to hang out all the time.
For hours back in the basement.
Hours, man.
Bro.
Hours, my dude. And cul-de-sac family, I'm sorry I never got to introduce him formally to you guys, but let me hear a little bit about you, my boy. Let me hear, give him a little bit about you in there.
So currently I'm going to school at Full Sail down here in Florida. That's why I've got to do this thing live. And me and Johnny can't be together for a little bit.
You already know the vibes right here. We still clicking though.
But I'm down here trying to be a recording artist. But I'm trying to be an engineer for it. So I do make music. I do make beats. I'm trying to just mix and engineer most of the time. But I can write a Pretty Fire 16 if you need it, just to let you know.
Yo, my boy be killing that shit. You be performing and everything, dude. You got some songs coming out in the works. You got a lot of stuff going on.
I got a couple coming out. Okay, there's a couple coming out. Don't sweat it. There's a couple coming. When you'll know they're coming out. I'll let you know.
Yeah, he already let you know the vibes out here. But of course, this podcast, we're here to bring you some more about basically. You see my gaming side, and as you guys might have known, you see, my boy Adam or Double A. He's my moderator. So you see us a lot, when I go live and everything like that, but you don't know much about us personally. And we wanted to give you guys kind of more of a rundown of what we actually do and what we do behind the scenes of besides just gaming and stuff like that.
How we living life, baby.
How we living, boy?
That's what we about to tell y'all.
How we
living out here, right?
Yeah, my boy. So I don't know, if I ever told the Plank Gang and stuff, my true goals about it. But, what I truly want to become, besides just streaming and stuff, is, an icon. I wanted to become an icon, so no matter what platform I'm on, that people vibe with me, they'll follow me. And I want to always spread the good vibe and always spread that welcoming, you're game with your friend. You can be able to say anything you want during the stream and, you get a good response or a good vibe back. Because there's not a lot of streamers out there that actually like to interact with their viewers and stuff like that. And I want to be one of those dudes that, maybe not so much on this terms of giving you advice.
I'll meet you, hugging you, bro. We're gonna come hug you. We're gonna come hug you.
We're gonna come come hug you. We gonna get lit with you. We always gonna bring a good ass smile to your face. That's what we trying to do. Because there's not a lot of that in this world today. Like there's not a lot of positivity and stuff like that. So we're trying to give you guys another way, another platform to be able to do that and express yourselves along with us. You know what I mean? And get to know us along the way and stuff. So like honestly, like my plan is to become like an icon. I want to further like pass down, like, you know, I want to go places. I want to bring the playing game with me. Like I want to make it feel like, all right, yes, I might be in this place and you might not be there, but you know, I want you to feel like vibe, like you're with me. You know what I mean? I want to take you with me. You know what I mean? I want to take you with me everywhere because you guys mean the world. Like you guys make this shit possible and shit. And especially for my boy, like I want to put you onto him, especially. Like my boy got so much in the works that I want to talk to you about.
I'm not there yet, but when y'all hear the song, let me know what y'all think.
You got him in the works though. You got him in the works. And as I previewed earlier on my Four Local Fiesta this week, your song that you made for me, bro, that song, that shit was fire. That shit hit. Like you made that shit truly to my liking, truly to like how I like to do shit.
Specifically for you. That's it.
See that shit? Like specifically for me, like I gotta know honestly, broski. Like to be honest, when did you find out you had an ear for sound and stuff like that, like for music and stuff like that? Like honestly, when did it come?
I mean, generally speaking, it either you do or you don't, and either you discover it early or no. I'm serious. I'm serious. Like don't get me wrong. Everybody can hear music, and I'm not gonna knock anybody's ear for like what music is good and what music isn't. Yeah. That's not what I'm talking about. It's like I can give my brother, for example. He is a stage crew through and through. Like he'll set anything up, but like the way we sit and listen to music and like try to edit a song is completely different. He's editing it for a live performance or even just a rehearsal, and I'm editing it for the world to hear on a different like hertz or tone that you need to actually feel it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole have people actually feel the music, actually feel the vibe, actually feel what you're putting out there, and that's crazy. You want the emotion in your beats, in your song, whatever it is. You want the emotion there, and that's awesome. Like, but like honestly, along that way, because I know you faced a lot of stuff like motivation wise and like stuff like. So my first question for you is what besides the negative. What was a lot of positive pushes you've received in like the last couple, like, you know, when you first picked up the, you know, your interest in it?
Well, at first there was like a lot of family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like freestyle all the time.
You definitely was doing that shit.
Smoking all the time, smoking blunts, joints, whatever, like trying to freestyle and shit to any beat.
Yeah.
To just practice, you know. It started at a party like that, like 6-something years ago now. It's probably been like at least 6. It's like, I don't know. I'd have to do the math on that. But like, that's when it started. I freestyled at a party a while back, and then just took.
Was I at that party? Because I think I was at one of those parties when you was just killing in the living room the one time.
It was the 4th of July party that we had on July 3rd. So if you were at that party and you know what I'm talking about, know the party I'm talking about.
Were you spitting that shit in the living room?
I will not say anything else because it did not happen. If it happened, that's all I'm saying. It did not happen if it happened, and if you were there, you know what I'm talking about. That's it.
He said it did happen, bro. Fuck with it, bro.
We do parties that we can't talk about because they weren't supposed to happen. So like, if you were there, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not there, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yo, you gotta be in the know to know on this shit, bro. You gotta be in the holy snap. But honestly, yeah, I used to hear you freestyle a lot at the parties and. Not just the parties itself, like you used to freestyle, I think a little bit towards the end of high school too. A little bit towards that, like more often you used to do that a lot more.
Bruh.
Yeah. We had a rap battles. We had a little rap battles against each other and shit, bro.
We was freestyling.
I forgot all about that. Oh shit.
But you be talking about me too much. Why don't you tell everybody why you started streaming and how you started all this effort to get out there?
Why I started streaming, honestly, it does go along with the fact, you know, I wanted to create the vibe. But besides the point, why I honestly started streaming for myself, besides just wanting, for a platform for everybody, it's honestly, it gives me, besides just making a vibe for the playing gang, a vibe for the community, it gives me another purpose to revisit some nostalgia too, because I like to be a variety gamer and stuff like that. So
Playing all those
I'm
old
not,
games and shit.
yeah, because I'm not gonna lie. As you grow up, as you take on more responsibilities, as you take on a lot more stress and everything like that, it's difficult to find the time to go back to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? To go back and relive old memories and relive old games and stuff that you used to chill with your friends with. And honestly, I miss that vibe. I miss being able to do that. So that was one of my extra motivations for creating this, this image, this person, that way I can be able to give you guys that vibe again, give you guys like, oh, snap, I haven't seen this game in years. And this dude over here chill, he's talking with me, it's like a whole different type of situation with it now. And it also brings me my own joy. I get to help somebody out, and I also get to visit nostalgia. I also get to, go back on my past and bring stuff back that I haven't seen in a long time. You know what I mean? A lot of that stuff I learned a lot from while growing up. Like, not gonna lie, anime, games, a lot of things like that taught me a lot of real life shit that I honestly wouldn't have got.
Anime taught me some shit, bro. Anime has taught me some shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there's shit that, like, anime can teach you that, like, you might not even understand yet. That's all I'm saying.
You don't even comprehend that shit. You understand it, and that shit hit hard when you really take it in. You like, damn, like, I didn't understand half the shit I was watching. I'm not gonna lie, growing up. And then as I became an adult, became into real life, all these events, like, I was like, these played out before in front of me. I got lessons for this before. Or I seen this before. I'm like, wow, this was deeper than I thought. Back in the day, or this game was deeper than I thought. I was like, this is dark.
They make you see it differently, bro. They make you see it completely differently, like that.
Like straight up differently, and it's fucking crazy, dude. Like, I never would have expected that. And like you said, a lot of stuff, like even gaming, besides anime, even gaming growing up, a lot of people still didn't think it was cool a lot of the time. Unless you were playing a sports game. Unless you playing 2K or Madden, people was like, nah, that's whack, or you weird, and it also caused like a drift and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yes. No, you can't play nothing else but 2K or NFL and you weird. Nah, no. That's how it used to be, bro.
And
it's still kind of like that, but like now that everyone's accepting anime, it's starting to turn over.
Yeah.
So, like, it is changing, but like when we was kids, like if you didn't play, like when we played Smash for hours, bro, nobody was doing that. You had to go find like other weird circles as well.
Yeah.
Playing Smash and shit. Like
we played like Smash. We were playing like, what else we played for hours? Smash, Mario Party. We were playing like Dokapon Kingdom. We were playing like some random ass shit, bro, for hours on end. But like the bonds and like the things we did during it was like wild. That's how we connected even deeper. That's how, like, you know what I mean? It's like a vibe that you can't bring back, because nowadays people are just on the tablets or just online. They're not, there's no LAN parties where you're with your boys. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of that nowadays. You just online.
You're not going to the Call of Duty 12 a.m. dropout trying to fucking play together in the same fucking living room. No, bro. Like,
you just don't doing that. And back in the day, joint, we used to just be like, yo, we used to call in the little landline. We used to make the plans beforehand. Yo, we used to be up and everything, just the game and stuff. Just
hitting on AOL Messenger real quick, like, yo, you gonna be on? Yeah, let's get this time in and shit, bro. Like, yeah.
AOL update.
Nobody doing that. They ain't doing that shit no more.
My
bro,
boy,
they out here trying to sell
I was about to say MySpace. He said AOL. He said.
Yes, so like we at that weird generation where like we hit both the 90s shit and that like technology 2000 gap. So like we're hitting, like, we used AIM, we used AOL Messenger, we used all this extra Yahoo and MySpace. Like, we got to experience the end of the 90s and then like the new era. Like, we got like the mix of the bullshit. So like it's like we can't really call ourselves 90s babies. I don't care what you say. Any 97 person, you really can't. And
I'm
you
still
really can't. It don't
bad about
matter.
that though.
By the time you started to remember memories, you was 2 or 3. You was 99 or 2000. You can't say you was a 90s baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We
No boy
only
said you
90s
can't claim
babies
it.
because that shit carried over in the first like 3 years of the 2000s. All the shows, all of the
Yeah,
fucking reruns
yeah.
and shit that came back out and all that. All that was reruns that we was watching 97s and 99s and 98 babies, bruh. Nobody was watching that shit.
No, but yo, we was late as hell to catch the wave, bro. But we still claim it half the time. But we still be claiming that shit. We
Yes.
was late as hell. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. That's something my siblings still be roasting me about to this day. They like, how you doing all this representing 90s and you barely was in it. Like,
Yes, bruh.
that shit was crazy, but honestly, I'm happy. I do got some young ass memories though, so I'm happy about that. I do got a couple like really young ass memories from it, and
Right.
it's crazy. Like it's crazy, like how a lot of them, even them '90s shows, bro, even a lot of them '90s shows was hitting crazy, man. Like yo, they taught me some. Like, did yo, you know, a show that taught me a lot of things, bro,
What?
and nobody really be thinking about.
What?
Yo, the Powerpuff Girls, bro. Powerpuff Girls taught me quite a bit. I'm not even going cap, bro.
Can I ask what lesson did they teach you? Cause I need to know this. Cause
What?
like
Wait, hold on. Do you got a lesson too?
no, I just need to know. Like there's other ones that I have taught from that, like learned from weird shows like that.
Mhm.
But like the Powder Puff Girls, I didn't learn. Besides like the basic ones, like oh, like you gotta listen to the elders and shit, or like they.
I was, yeah, I get you. I get you. I'm more
But
on the
like,
thing
what did
where,
you learn?
yeah, I'm more on the thing with them where they had, to be honest, yes, it's a fun show, but you don't realize like, I guess the intensity of how much they held on their shoulders responsibility wise as some 5-year-olds, bro. And like I'm looking at them, right? Because life was so hard for them, so rough, right? And like real young too. Like it was real young, so rough. And I'm thinking about that. I'm like, damn. I'm like, if, not like growing up like superpowers or nothing like that, but it taught them the world real quick at the young age, and it made them distinguish a lot. You know, it made them look at like adults different, made them look at people differently, it made them judge people's character
Okay.
not based on just what they did.
Okay.
You know, it makes them actually judge them like formally. You know what I mean? Because they actually they wasn't like they wasn't just whooping on every villain just just cause. They always wanted to know why. A lot of times too, they wanted to know what's going on. You know, before they even did anything. And a lot of times it shows you like basically like yes, you can't like judge it before you do it because a lot of the villains in there weren't actually villains in the Powerpuff Girls. Like the Amoeba Boys, they weren't villains. You know what I mean? They just wanted to be recognized. They wanted to be remembered for something. You know, it's different. Like it's a whole different like vibe.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
So it teaches you like a lot of little lessons that I guess I didn't understand as a kid. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. You're right. You're right.
Because yeah, I was like, that's different. I wouldn't have never thought the Powerpuff Girls would teach me some stuff like that.
Okay. All right. When you put it that way, I understand where you're coming. I get it.
So what about for you though? Do you have any like throwback shows? You got any throwback
So
shows? Anything that like brought you anything like that?
so like, I guess it would have to be either Tom and Jerry or the Rugrats. Those are the weirdest two shows I've had lessons.
For real? Hold on, let me sit up for that one. What did you just say?
So like,
Hold on.
so Tom and Jerry, if you like pay attention and watch like the whole like, or just keep watching through the series of Tom and Jerry, they like become friends. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they
weren't
actually really enemies.
There's a theory out, and I don't know if like it's actually true or not. Like that Tom isn't mad or trying to kill Jerry. He just does that because if they got another cat, Jerry would be dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
damn, that's dark.
Yes, Tom does just enough to where they know like they get rid of to not see Jerry, so they think he got rid of him, but like they're not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just plays his humans along. So in that theory, like that's where I learned that lesson. Like if that's the case, then like if you look at it, then Tom's like being a good friend. Like, oh, he has nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's taking the heat, or in the case of if it falls through, it's all on Tom. You know what I'm saying? You get like,
yo.
so like,
yo. I never would have thought would have took that from that
Tom is
too.
being a good friend in that case. That's good friendship. Like he is putting himself before his friend. Yes, in some cases you might not want to do that. So like, but put yourself in real friendships before your friends. That's it.
Dang, because yeah, I wouldn't have. To be honest, I didn't expect you to say no Tom and Jerry or Rugrats maybe, but not Tom and Jerry. I wouldn't have expected
Bro,
that.
Rugrats be teaching you wild shit. That's the thing.
You see
Rugrats
the
be teaching you wild
face? You see that face? Rugrat be teaching you some crazy ass shit, bro. Holy. Hold on, my drink was bugging for a second on the side. My shit flickered for a second. But anyways, besides the point, I do got a question for you, honestly. So, where do you want to take your music? Like, well, before we get too far off topic with that, because I do want to know where you want to take your music and stuff down the line, honestly. Because yes, I know you like to make beats, and yes, I know, but I don't know what you honestly, what your end game for that is, to be honest with you. Because that's something I was really thinking about, like wholeheartedly.
So, generally, there's not an answer for that yet. Like every other 26-year-old, I'm still trying to figure out what general direction I want to go in. I know I want to stay with music or the audio production side of things, whether it be movies or music. But for my music, I would like to be a little famous. You know what I'm saying? Like to get it out there, like to be like I don't want to be. I don't need to be class A celebrity type like Drake style or even fucking like Rihanna A1 celebrity type shit. No, bro. I want my little bit of clout so you recognize like I can make music. Like I love making music, so it doesn't matter if I make it or I record somebody making it. I just want to make music. And like I do want to get like my name out there and be recognizable in the music industry somewhere. Like even in a small circle of music industry clients, like I would like to be there.
Okay. So to chain that back to what we was just talking about, would you make music for like cartoons and like stuff like that?
Yes.
That's the 100%. There we go. Oh,
100%.
all right, there we go.
100%. If any cartoon, like any like station came to me and was like, "Yo, we want you to make a beat for this cartoon's like intro or
you
like
make something?
It's cutscenes." I would, yes, bro. I just need the details. That's it. Like, what kind of show is it? How you want it done? And like,
so
and that's it.
You literally up for anything when you get to that point too.
Yes.
I see you. You literally up because you want your music to be spread. You want it to be out there. You want it to be, and no matter the platform it is, as long as it's showing your emotions, as long as you got a chance to show, then you're happy with it.
And that's awesome. I want to put my best foot forward. That's it. I want my clout where clout is, and I don't need it to be no extra shit that I don't need, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I want to put respect on my name where I know it needs to be, and then move forward through my day and be happy about it, you know? Make myself comfortable. I'm not asking for too much, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's the shit that, you know, motivates me. Looking, like, besides me do what I do, like, looking at you and like everything you do day to day, it does motivate me. Like even if you do have a down day or something like that, I still see the hard work you put in, like at the end of it. And it's it's wild. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't talk so much. Like I wouldn't be so humble, my man. You lost your page. Let's talk about that.
I was about to get on that too.
Let's talk about
to get right on that right with it,
my man.
Yeah.
In a short period, y'all, my man's went from already gaining traction to get over 500 followers in like a month or two, and then got hacked, right? Got hacked.
Yep, I got destroyed, bro.
Money bullshit. Like, don't need to say nothing else, but like got some money bullshit problems because of that.
Yeah,
the hackers. Fuck them.
Yeah, because I go deeper on that for you. I got you. I go deeper on that.
But then he came back, got a new page, a new setup, and then decided to go, in another month, decided to surpass the numbers and then reach 1,000 followers in a short period of fucking time. I wouldn't be talking, man. And then lost his computer and still kept going. Man's is now at like
there's so much
followers and like 500 or 600 likes on his new page that's been open 4 months, the same period as the old page. It's done triple. Don't talk about me when I've seen you strive in short periods of time to create this big ass page, bro.
See, That's what I was about to say. So thank you. I'm gonna piggyback off that, Jay. Cause like I see how you strive and stuff like that, and I told you it gives me motivation too because of what I do. You know what I mean? Like I lost, like you said, I lost my page. I lost it all at one point. You know what I mean? I lost everything, page, accounts, money, like everything. I lost everything in one span, and I had no control. And the feeling of losing like all control, it killed me. I'm not gonna lie, it killed me at first. It took a lot of that away. But as I say, day in and day out, if I let that stop me, then I wasn't serious. Then I didn't want to actually do this. You know what I mean? Then I didn't, take my career, take my path seriously, and I do. So this made me basically break out of my shell, break out of my old habits, and actually push forward and, I guess go 100 times harder because that actually made me more motivated since I lost my page. Like you said, it made me more ready to strive because I knew this was for me. As you're going along your path, you're going to meet so many obstacles. It's meant to happen. It's meant to happen to test your willpower, to test, how hard you're striving to actually get your goal. You know what I mean? And I'm happy that I was able to, persevere through it and get to where I am today because I wouldn't have never thought I could handle that if I didn't go through it. You know what I mean? But I did.
Bro, you
So
did
that
shit. That's what I'm saying. Don't be talking about me,
look
bro.
at that shit.
Pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back for once. Take a second. Smell the roses. Pat yourself on the back. You're like, I did that shit. I'm at 1,000 followers. I did that shit in like 4 months. Like,
Holy
no matter how little
shit.
less step that might feel, bro, you did that shit. Like,
Yeah.
you restarted and then tripled your traction to a page.
Like straight up,
Matter.
triple the attraction and like look at us now. Like look at the playing game. Look at the Cul-de-sac. I'm selling merch. I never would have thought I would be at this point.
Exactly.
And
in
yes,
a matter of months, bro. Exactly. It's only
and yes,
up,
I didn't even elaborate on that more. Thank you for bringing that up. Like when my PC broke, on top of my PC breaking, I had to fix that alongside of fixing my car, and it was so many stressors at once. Like I still don't know how I managed to get to this point, but I was still, I fixed my car. I was able to fix my own. I rebuilt an engine. That's wild.
See?
I rebuilt the whole engine.
And that's another thing, bro. You did something you ain't know how to do, and you did it.
Yo, Big Daddy, you too. Yeah, Big Daddy, you too.
That shit works, bro. You learned how to do it. That's what matters.
That shit
You took that step forward,
bro.
learned how to do it, and then went on your merry way. Conquered it, bro.
My mom always used to say something to me when I was growing up, and she said like she can do all things. It may take her a little bit longer, it might take a little bit longer or anything like that, but she can do all things. If you put your mind to it. So always, it's hard. And I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to stay focused on something. It's hard. Like building. If you look at the task at hand, I didn't realize how hard the task was until I pulled the engine apart, and then I'm like, I gotta put this shit back together right. Like pulling it apart was the easy part. You know what I mean? Like I didn't realize the immense, like I didn't realize how huge the project was until you do it. But I still took it step by step, day by day, and did it.
Shit.
Yo, it was so many fucking pieces, bro. It was so many fucking pieces, so much labeling, like so much shit. Like I had to learn about how, car parts work, and so much stuff about my PC during the moment of why it wasn't working. I had to diagnose that shit because PCs don't give you no troubleshoot. That shit just break. Yeah, that shit when that shit break, that shit just says zero. So I had to literally take my computer apart and fix it because it was getting underpowered and a lot of my parts were frying. So I was like, wow, I didn't even realize, that could be a problem until I ran into it. You know what I mean?
So what did you do to fix the problem from frying?
So basically I had to rewire it up again, and I had to make a bracket to hold up the power, to hold up my GPU because my GPU is too heavy for the board. So to give an example, give a little example real quick. This is my graphics card. This is the board. It holds on like this. It was too heavy, so it would lean over. So I had to have something under it to hold it, because otherwise it would pull the circuit out. You know what I mean? It would pull out the motherboard part. It would pull out a lot of circuits.
Did you change the position of the board so it wouldn't, so you could still have it lean out and not just have a supporter, or does it have to be up like that?
My board has to be a certain way. It only fits one way. Like my stuff only fits one way in the case. So that's what the sucky part about it was. And to fix that formally, I would have to put an extra investment, which I didn't have at the time because of how much stuff was breaking. You know what I mean? I would have to put in some more money, maybe not much, but maybe a couple $100. I would have had a new case, new motherboard, and I had to fix some more shit. Instead of what this bracket fix is actually, it's custom made. It's ghetto. Not go cat. It's ghetto.
Hey
But
man,
it looks nice. It looks nice and it looks natural, and it was a fix that I didn't have to pay for. You know what I mean? So use your brain, use somewhat, use your brain, get things together. You can, make miracles
it
happen.
works.
That's what
Hey,
is different.
if
You
it
make
gets the job done, it ain't broken.
see
That's all I'm saying.
if it gets the job done, it ain't fucking broke. You fucking right, bro. Shit ain't broke,
That
and
shit won't break.
that shit won't break at all. Like hopefully, I'm just looking at it now. Hopefully, it lasts me a little long because I haven't had any problems with it since. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like so many obstacles, like we've been talking about, that they don't get in the way. They just make you level up as a person. You know what I mean? When you reach these obstacles, they make you
We
level up. It
playing
might be
one big
drastic.
video game.
Yeah, it might be drastic, or it might be a little step. But it's gonna make you confront something to get where you need to be. You know what I mean? And that's what life is. And I wanted to let everybody in the cul-de-sac. And my boy, you got to introduce your joint too.
My
Yo,
what?
4 joint, because unless do you want to introduce your battery, your little group? Because I wanted to say your group, but I
I'm
can't.
sorry.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying. So I'll introduce it a little bit.
You don't got to go too crazy, but I kind of wanted to introduce both, so they get your side of it.
I am trying to start like a little bit like what I would do for my little record label if you need some music done or need a new studio, somebody to engineer you over here at Battery Pack. We are going to be starting. I'm trying to get more clientele. I'm very new, so if you need anything done, just message me. Let me know. I will work with you.
Go.
I can do video and video sound, podcast sound, and music. If you need anything, let me know. Just message me.
Wait, no out there.
Battery Pack will be here whenever you need it. So.
But my boy got the battery pack out there, and everybody in the Plank gang right here. Like, I just want to them to get to know your group a little bit. You know what I mean? But
Well, we
anyways,
knew, bro. We knew. I don't got nobody yet. We starting off. I'll get there.
Good.
We not the Plank gang. We not
You
the
only
Plank
gonna go from
gang,
there,
but
bro.
like we gonna be there. It's me, myself, and I right now. And 3 members. So we got.
Now you got the Plank gang behind you. Don't worry. You already know you got the Plank. But yeah, we just trying to with these 2 vibes right here. We're just trying to make a platform for everybody to get there. If you got a voice too, like Plank gang members and battery pack, future battery pack members, I'm gonna say it like that. You got a voice in here if you would like as well. It's not just us, just talking. You guys have a voice as well. So if you guys would like to know anything or you got anything that you want to ask,
We love you
don't be
just
afraid.
as much.
Yeah, we
what I'm saying? Y'all
got you. We'll start a
support. We
conversation
love
right along with
y'all.
you. See that shit? Look at that shit. Like we'll start a conversation. We'll talk to you guys. If you got anything y'all want to talk about, you can put it right in the chat. We'll get it rocking right now with
You need
that.
anything? You need a conversation? Let me know. We can talk.
Yeah. Talk about any and everything. Like you can see us. We can talk about anything all day, every day.
Anime
bro.
is always a big topic. We'll probably get into a couple of discussions while doing this. This will be a more ongoing thing.
Ooh, you thinking about some anime right now? What you think about some anime for over there?
Wait,
What you
before we
think
go
about
into
some
anime, hang on.
I'm getting close for you.
Let me finish my thought before we go into anime. So the cul-de-sac speaks. We are going to be doing this more ongoing. We're calling it the first Sunday of every month, and we will be coming at you live next. It's April, May. There you go. Sorry. Next April. But yes, we talk about anime a lot, and we definitely run on a lot about it. So if you have any anime questions, feel free to ask. Don't bother us. But yes, I do have an anime question for you. If you wanted to.
What's your question, bro? Where we going? Where we going with this?
Anime already.
Because I see you was thinking about it. That's why I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about some anime or some. We could have talked about some more '90s cartoons too. I have a lot of shit.
Okay,
going through my
on the '90s cartoons, do you think they should stop the reruns? I'm on a yes on some of them. Some of them shouldn't be reran. 100% honest with you. Some of them should not be reran. Don't like them.
Okay. So, do you want me to give some good examples and some bad examples?
I think I already know some of the good examples, but I'll let you go.
So, Bad example, the new Rugrats. Okay?
I might have to a little bit disagree. I like it. I just don't like the animation style. That's it. I like the new stories and the new takes on it.
Yeah.
Just give me a different animation style.
I don't know what their fascination is with the 3D animation of everything, but bro, the back in the day animation was so much better. Like, even if they wanted to make a new show, they could have just animated it similar to the old show, man. It looks so much better. Even All Grown Up look good. You know, even All Grown Up look good. Like, what?
That? Bring All Grown Up back. Nickelodeon. Bring All Grown Up back. Nickelodeon. Somebody tag Nickelodeon. Tell them to bring. I'll do the audio. Bring Nickelodeon back. I'll record all the voices. Bring Nickelodeon. Bring All Grown Up back. I'll record the voices. That's all.
Yo, my man, you do the audio, bro. Yeah. Hold on, bro. Hold on. I gotta take a pause for you for that one. I'm gonna take the pause for the one.
Somebody tag Nickelodeon. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna tag them. No one gonna do it. I'll do it. All right, chat. I'm gonna do it.
You gonna do it, man? You gonna tag Nickelodeon? Yo, so that's why I said that's a bad example. Like, the storyline is not. I get they want to make changes. You know what I mean? Whatever.
It's good.
They can make the changes and make it fit for the nowadays audience, but don't change the animation too crazy, or don't try to, because that just ruins it. You know what I mean? It ruins the look. It ruins the aesthetic of the show. You know what I mean? So, good example.
I guess it's just the animation style for the Rugrats, though.
It's just the animation style that got you on it?
I like the stories. Like, the stories, I've seen it, and the stories aren't bad. Yeah. They're new storylines and shit. But like, I don't know if I can get behind that 3D shit. Like, it's a little weird to me.
I can't get behind the way Tommy looks, bro.
He got a bigger head than his body.
You said he got a bigger. I didn't think about it like that, but yeah, he kind of does, bro. He tracks. Yeah, that shit huge, bro. He got the melon.
It's
that
like
shit huge.
A whole big ass circle, and then like it's like a 3-year-old drew him. Like there's his body.
So, dude, all right, yeah. Besides, yeah, if they just change the animation style, it would be way better.
Okay.
But a good example before I forget, a good example. Which one do I want to use for that? I mean, that wasn't too bad. A good example would be the more recent Powerpuff Girls. They didn't change the animation too crazy. They did add another character, yes, you know, for the new age audience. But overall, it wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? I started watching a couple episodes. It wasn't too bad, and the animation wasn't too off, and it still has some of the kind of adult innuendo. You know how they usually have a little bit of some funny joke, nothing crazy. It was like, they said that. You know what I mean? Yeah. You take a little look at it, but it'd be kind of funny, but it's not too far. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Okay.
What is it? I thought I had another bad example. Oh, I do. I have a lot. Why do they keep? This is a personal question for you. I gotta get real close to you for this one. Why on earth do they keep fucking making Scooby-Doos and fucking it up every fucking time? You tell me why, bro. Why do they keep fucking?
So,
why is there so many?
As somebody who like kind of looks like Shaggy, I can't tell you.
That's how you advocate. That's how you advocate. Somebody who just.
I mean, like, so listen to this. I mean, so I like the 2006 or like whatever it is to like 2010 Scooby-Doo. It's like the What's New Scooby-Doo.
I think that's the last Scooby-Doo I liked was What's New Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? Like that whole like catchy, like jazzy, boppy type intro.
You like that? Like you like that vibe? It was a good vibe, and they weren't.
That animation style, that 2D animation style, was the best for me. The best era of cartoons, because that's like Samurai Jack, Scooby-Doo, Powerpuff Girls, all that shit, bro. Like
talking about like during the early 2000s, that 2000 era. So you talking about like stuff? Oh, there's a lot of stuff. You got like Foster's Home, Camp Lazlo. You got a lot of stuff in that era with that type of animation.
that like single camera 2D animation is like the best.
My gym partner's a monkey.
Yes.
Oh, my gym partner's a monkey.
Or what is it?
What you got in there?
Fuck. What else was there? Shit, I never can remember them. But then like I go to like end the conversation and I remember a bunch of them.
Which ones? Is it like Nickelodeon or like Cartoon Network?
Okay, so Cartoon Network changes into like you got Boomerang too though. Like you got like.
Did you like Boomerang?
I did only because that's how Tom and Jerry came.
Tom and Jerry, by the way, I had the MGM cartoons on last night on the Boomerang app.
Yeah.
So the old school where there was so many random cartoons I forgot about on there.
Those on YouTube, bro. I used to watch those to go to sleep on YouTube, the MGM Tom and Jerry's. Them shits is hilarious.
Because they got the Tom and Jerry ones, they got the ones where they have the other people, right? Like the random other characters. They have the mouse ones where there were like 2 different types of mouse. I was like, who the fuck is these people? I forgot all these characters, bro. So I'm just going down
the Mighty Mouse ones.
No, I didn't see the Mighty Mouse ones. No.
Bro.
They
Mighty
got
Mouse, like.
Oh my god, I gotta see that. They got the Mighty Mouse ones on there for the MGMs?
I think so. But I've seen Mighty Mouse. I don't know who does it, but the same animation style, same
type.
Fucking Mighty Mouse is good too.
I also started on there again. The Jetsons again. Yo, Jetsons is dark, bro. Woo!
See, I gotta go back and watch. I want to go back and watch the Flintstones because like
F1. I gotta watch F1 of the Flintstones too. F1. And then I got to episode 3 of Jetsons, and I was like, yo, it's just dark every episode, bro. I'm like, yo.
They was putting in adult jokes, and we just didn't notice. We never noticed.
Everyone, bro. Everyone. And George Jetson was tripping, bro. He was tripping every episode. I didn't realize how much he was screaming at everybody.
Billy and Mandy did that shit, too.
Oh, the innuendos and shit like that in Billy and Mandy?
Yes.
Yo. Tell me, do you remember episode 1? Do you remember when Billy met Mandy?
No.
For the first time. Okay, and this is a scene that stuck with me for a lifetime now. That's why I gotta say this. So, cause it's proven from Billy's statement, it's proven that Mandy's weird from this. She's built weird, okay? He walked up to her in his diaper, little pants, whatever, knocked on her door. She answered, he looked at her. He said, you ain't got no nose. So she's staring at her. And he takes an ice cream cone out of his pocket with ice cream in it and puts it on her face for her nose. And he was like, this like, makes me all better and shit. I was like, what the fuck? She really don't. I was like, how does this bitch breathe? First, I was like, yo, what the fuck? She actually don't got a fucking nose, dog. I was like, yo, this shit. And then I didn't realize he was so direct about it, too, because they all built different in the show. I didn't realize how direct this shit they was. So I was like, wow. He really put that shit on her nose and shit. But anyways, like, there's so many cartoons with that, like you said, that animation style that they don't use no more. They don't use it. I think the last time they used stuff like that was like Adventure Time or Regular Show. And then they just said, fuck it. Because they was getting advanced.
I have weird questions about Adventure Show.
Oh, the Adventure Time, Jay?
I don't know what that really is about.
Adventure Time or Regular Show?
Adventure Time. Regular Show, too. I'm a little confused about the regular show. I was more on board with the regular show because, like, I got it. It's a bunch of people who live together, work at a park. They live there because it's free rent.
Yeah.
I understand all that. What I don't get is how those motherfuckers still had a job.
Oh, after doing all that crazy, you said them motherfuckers should have been fired or something?
It's a summer gig. Like, it starts off as, like, a summer gig type shit, and they just keep a job for, like, what? Like,
the winter, the years?
Yeah, like some odd seasons and shit. Like, okay. Then I have a bunch of stupid questions about Adventure Time. Like, I don't get what is the purpose? My bad. Is the purpose to see Jake and Finn grow up? Or is the purpose to see just Finn grow up? Because obviously Jake is a mythical dog. So is this is this like a what was it called? Like the end of the earth type shit? Like everything fall out?
So you trying to see if, like,
What?
If when they
Where's
show
the
what Adventure
basis
Time,
of the show?
all right. So Adventure Time was a little rough for me. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't finish it. But from what I have watched, it is gathering like a lot of like how, Finn grows up to become an actual adventurer, like an actual hero. That's his goal, and he does like have to do a lot of growing up along the way. You know what I mean? As a person, like as his maturity level, like as a dude and everything. Like there's a lot of stuff he had to do. A lot of things he had to overcome. That he didn't realize. Like emotions, his emotions especially got in the way of him being a hero a lot of time because of how he felt about certain villains or how he felt about certain things. It's hard for him to even, I guess, it was hard for him to even do it at times. You know what I mean? Like, especially with big example, the Fire Princess. There we go. That's a big example. Because she was made to be fucking evil. She is literally the spawn to be made to be evil. But he truly
represents how toxicity works.
Yo! The toxicity too. You knew that,
If
bro? I didn't know how
y'all want
much.
to learn how self-hate is, like, watch Adventure Time. 100% honest with you. Like, Finn would fall in and out of love with these princesses and
So
just
quick.
hurt himself. Like,
Quick.
Flame Princess, he couldn't touch.
Nope.
Bubblegum Princess was way older than he was. He had so many different challenges, and, like, I didn't understand the point of, like, I guess it's written almost like every other anime is, like, some, like, dim-witted ass super strong or, like, super whatever becomes a hero, like, is written every other way.
Yeah.
I just don't get how much they stress the side stories, though.
Oh, okay. It's like
there's like a whole episode. There's like damn near a whole episode about the elephant and the pie.
Oh, and when it was in the crystal realm. Which one? Oh, you're like, what the fuck is going on? So you don't really like some of the time you don't even know where the story is even heading a lot of the time in that show, and you're like, what the fuck is his adventure ongoing? Because you never know if his adventure is actually ongoing.
Yeah, like, and then it's like
I get what you mean. I get it now. Okay, that's what you meant. All right.
And then some point, it's like it's almost like The Simpsons, where like just restarts the next day, but it's still an ongoing fucking thing. So they make jokes about like how The Simpsons make jokes about, oh, you've turned 5, or like you've turned 5 3 times, or some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it still restarts the next day unless it's a to be continued episode. I'm just mad confused on like where it's going. Like, where's the storyline? It's almost like rewatching. It's literally almost like rewatching the Rugrats and not understanding that it's like literally every episode is different. Like, if you try to put that storyline together, yes, you see them grow up, but like
they actually do have a storyline. Like you're right. They actually do have a storyline in Rugrats, but a lot of them is just ongoing because it's not real years. You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of them is ongoing for the growth. But you get it. But you can understand the growth.
But like, and then it becomes like so you're like, I just don't get where it's going. That's it. Like, I get he's supposed to grow up, but like, why so much elsewhere than just him?
And why did I get it? Because he never. So my question for you now would be: so regular show to you had more of a storyline. You got more or no?
I got like, there's two buddies. They need money. They go to work at a park, and then they're roomies and whatnot, like yada yada yada.
Yeah, you can
so get then like they start doing shit for money, and it just falls into like a line of like, they end up they did this, pissed off this spirit perhaps in the lawnmower, and then it's just attacking them.
Yeah.
Where do all these spirits come from? I'm confused at what world this is in. It never explains it. If you can just tell me the world regular show is in, because there's like people and then bird people and then like 8 people. I don't get the world it's in to understand the concept of how spirituality of of all these ghosts, and then like they break dimensions as well.
Dude, regular show, yeah, you're right about that. Fuck. Regular the show, I don't think it's based on Earth. Nowhere. Unless it's based on a far future Earth. And that's different, you know what I mean? Because, some of the technology they do have in that show could be real at some point in time, if that makes sense, but not now. But some of those entities, like you said, is wild. They have the entity of death literally coming up making deals with, making literal deals, man. Man, Skips is immortal, you know what I mean? Man,
Bro.
Skips is it's a lot of crazy shit in that show that makes no fucking sense in storyline wise, but you get that it is a random bunch of, random bunch of conjoining episodes. I'd say for Adventure Time itself, Adventure Time itself, I can see where you get lost on the sidetrack episodes and stuff like that, but it does, from what I've seen, it does try to push him to a progression that is seen. You know what I mean? It does try to push it out there more, besides just being random. And even though those side quests is, the crystal apple and the elephant, that was ridiculous. All right, I'm going to agree, that was ridiculous. but some of those shows, you can't compare it to, you can't even see them like the Rugrats no more because they don't make shows like that no more. They don't.
God, no,
they
bro.
don't make shows that progress like that you can see it and just get it like that. You know what I mean? The shows they push nowadays, you're like, all right, I get it, but it would have been better if you did it this way. You know what I mean? How they do it in Rugrats, how they do it in
I feel like in some of those shows they get too what is it now? Big Mouth, what's his name does 3 or 5 of the voices already. One person does 5 voices on the entire show. They back in the day they had 8 or 9. Everybody did a voice. So,
yeah, everybody had their own.
Dee Dee had a voice. Lou had a voice. Phil had a voice. Everybody had a voice, a different voice. In that case, they was recording simultaneously and separately. There's
I
a
am
different.
so sorry. Can you give me 1 second to pause you on your thought? Because when you talked about voices, you said you liked the new Rugrats. How did you like Grandpa's voice? My fault. Bro, they butchered it, bro. They butchered his voice, man. I didn't like it.
They butchered a lot of voices, I'll tell you that.
I was sitting there come on. As soon as I heard his voice, he wasn't Grandpa Lou. No more.
Not
He
really
wasn't Grandpa Lou no more.
Not really fond of the new Angelica's voice. Not really. It's way
No.
too it's way too nasally. It's not the same little 3-4-year-old. Nah, bro.
No, it's not at all. It's not at all. It's not the same vibe you even get from the voice. You know what I mean?
No,
and if they do try to,
it becomes more evil in the new one. She's not evil. She's just a 3-year-old little girl. That's the difference.
They be trying to portray her too much on it. You know what I mean? When she was just doing things for her benefit back in the day. That's all she cared about is her benefit, not to be actually evil. You know what I mean? She didn't actually always dislike the babies. She used them. She did use them tons. Okay, but if that was her character, that was just a 3-year-old and she got little siblings. You know what I mean? At that point, that's what's gonna happen. But now they make her portray her to be some sort of actual witch. You know what I mean? Like she actually dark.
No, bro, I can't.
Yeah, but my thought about the cartoons though, like you said about the voices, I paused you on your thought.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was saying. They was recording with everybody having a voice. A lot of cartoons that came back in the 2000s or even now, they still do everybody might have a separate voice. But nowadays some of the animations are becoming one person can do a lot of the voices.
So it takes
it's easier to make. It's a lot and then you find a new, cheaper or easier animation style, or no animation style is hard because you still have to draw it and then animate it into a screen or draw it on your computer. You know what I'm saying? So it's never that easy, but they find a new animation style and just run with it with everything, because then everybody's oh, they're doing it, let's do it this way. And it's but you're not generally a lot of people don't. I guess the general mass likes it, or they're trying to portray the same generation of kids. So instead of portraying to the same kids like we were, oh, keep us through the ages, they decided to keep hitting the same 2 to 8-year-olds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they were we're just gonna keep hitting 2 to 8-year-olds, and that's how it likes this animation style, and that's when we raise our kids and they're like, oh, this animation style is good, and they go to watch ours, it's gonna be like, yeah, this is like, it's gonna feel like we're watching 90s animes. I felt that way when I watched Cowboy Bebop.
See, oh shit! He said the Cowboy Bebop J.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yo,
I
watched
get it,
that
man.
shit.
Dude, I definitely get it, man. Like animation, voices. It kind of does suck when they do get like one person or something, because some shows can pull it off, right? With the one person, like Family Guy. Family Guy got one person that does hella voices. I'm not gonna cap. Hella voices, man. One man does hella voices in there, but like a show like Rugrats, I guess for the nowadays one. Um, when they do the one person multiple voice, they tend to just use that person and kind of like voice change, basically change the audio a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's like, I guess it doesn't sound as genuine as it would have if it came from somebody else trying to do the voice for real. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If that makes sense. It doesn't sound as genuine. It sounds robotic and forced on a lot of the newer cartoons. It don't sound good.
Okay.
So I think one of the last cartoons I did watch, not did watch it. I guess I'm currently watching it. I'm going to say it like that. That is making more sense to me. That actually is more decent than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Guess the show.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Okay, so is it a new show?
Cartoon Network.
It's a new show, though?
Not new, but within the last 5 years. So I'm going to say 5, 6 years.
I don't think I'll watch it enough, so just let me know.
Yo, Steven Universe. Steven Universe.
Okay, so I've seen a lot about that. I've never watched enough of it.
That shit deep
what is it
as
actually about?
If every pork chop were perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs.
I saw that one.
You like that, bro? We have hot dogs, bro. But no, there's a lot of, besides, just some cool stuff, there's a lot of actual deep aspects to it,
What's it about, though? Like, what is this show about? I've not seen enough of it. I don't get enough of it.
From what I'm gathering, because I told you not too deep either, I just really started getting into it, because back in the day when I watched some episodes, whenever it came out, I was like, what the fuck? All right, it's kind of interesting, you know what I mean?
Dude with a stone in his belly.
Yeah. So I was like, what the fuck? So anyways, it's about him, and there are these beings, they're crystal gems, and they're protectors of the earth, from certain threats and stuff like that, right? So he himself, he is a crystal gem. He's half human, half gem. His mom was a gem, and she had, a human lover, but she died after giving birth to him, kind of thing. And I was like, wow, this man, wow, dude, and he has her gem. So that's deep. And his whole adventure is he doesn't know how to harness his power, and he doesn't know what his purpose in life is. Like, is he actually, what's the point of being a gem? What is his purpose? He lost his mom, but he still has his dad. His dad is, I'm not gonna lie, his dad is really depressed. It's like it's a whole thing. You know what I mean? I was like, wow.
Of that,
yeah.
Where his dad was trying to be like a dad, but was like fucked up. Like I remember most of the episodes I've seen. His dad is like pretty a deadbeat dad, like, and tries to be a good dad.
He's never there. He's never there. But I get what he's trying to do. I get why he's not there. But it sucks because he's trying to. I guess he doesn't see himself as a figure for him to even want to be there. There's a lot of things for him.
He had sex with a gem, my dude. What is he supposed to think? What is he supposed to think? Like, I don't know what to do now. My girlfriend died having my baby. She was a gem. What am I? I'm human. He's half gem. I don't know what to do here. I think now if Steven would have been a girl, it would have been a whole nother weirder show. Cause like a dad trying to be a dad to a daughter.
Oh, you almost changed my vision of Steven. What's his name? Stephanie? Stephanie Universe, bro. Oh God.
Like imagine,
dude. But honestly, I feel like you'd honestly like Steven Universe, to be honest. You know what I mean?
I did. I like watching it. I just didn't get what it's about. Like what actually goes on. Like
Oh, you didn't get like as a whole like you didn't get what the purpose of the show was. You thought it was just an ongoing thing about him and a gem in his belly having some adventures. You know what I mean?
Trying to figure out
But
how to use it. That's it. Like I didn't know there was like a
yeah,
whole.
he's figuring out how to use it, yes, but he's also figuring out his purpose in life, man. His purpose is deep. His purpose, when you figure, there's a lot more to the story that I'm not trying to spoil if you actually want to watch it. You know, I got that Boomerang TV. You know, you want to share it with your boy? I got you. You know what I mean? I got you. But like, if you, that shit is really in depth if you actually go into it. I'm liking that at least, and like even the songs. The songs be hitting it hard. They be singing in that show a little bit. They be hitting, and the episode's probably like 12 minutes long. You know, they're not too long, not too. You know, it's like a quick pace.
That. You can get through like there was like 5 episodes or 6 episodes in like a half hour or an hour. And
yeah,
like,
you can boom. Okay. You can just wipe them shit real quick. Like you can get through them real fast. And honestly, I kind of like that about it too. You know what I mean? I kind of like that about it, that it's real quick, but it's not too quick. You know what I mean? It's not too quick, so it does give you a lot of story in that 12 minutes, and you be like, damn, you know, they get straight to the point, or they do something to get straight to the point. And
no, they were quick. Like it was nice episodes. Like honestly, I felt the same way kind of about when I rewatched Avatar when I got older.
Yeah,
rewatching it and like actually understanding like what an anime is and getting like yo, this shit's raw. Like his character progression, probably some of the best I've seen, honestly, like in that 4-season short. Like
yeah,
as a kid still, like he didn't age or nothing. He stayed a kid and still never really ever had the thing, but bended lightning, became the youngest Avatar, and learned the doubles of every avatar, of every metal, of every bending style there was. You know what I'm saying? Like
he became the master. He became an absolute bender, like a true bender of everything. You know what I mean? Of all elements.
Toph taught him
That's crazy.
how to bend metal. He was bending water. I bet you he probably could have learned how to bend blood if he wanted to.
Oh, the blood thing, I think Katara could do that. I think she can actually do that too if she wanted to. The blood bending, that's crazy. That is crazy.
I thought she did in one of the episodes.
I think so. If I'm not mistaken, it's been a minute since I actually caught up on that joint again. It's been a minute. I have to really sit down and watch that again.
I think she did it and just stopped somebody. She didn't do anything else. I think she did it to just like pause somebody. I don't remember.
How do you feel about progression for characters like Zuko?
I think, when they write characters like Zuko, they only write them to go so far, bro. And sometimes I'm mad about it. Sometimes I'm not.
You knew he wasn't going to become that dude at the end?
But he did, though.
He did, but not really. But he did.
Because
you know what I mean?
Every time those dudes, you have to put them on a scale of everybody having no powers then. That's what you have to look at. If you put everybody on an equity scale before they get to the battles where Zuko can't participate, Zuko is above everybody else in most cases. If there's no bending involved, except for like dumb shit, like he couldn't figure out how to read the map or like stupid shit like that. But
so
like in clutch situations, his boomerang come out of nowhere. Mom, hit somebody in the head. Like, come on.
So you think sometimes in the plot they did him dirty? Yeah. Low plot wise. Okay.
Yeah. 100%.
How do you feel about characters? So from Zuko, we're gonna go on to Master Iroh.
He was Uncle Iroh. Is that's the head of the Fire Nation, or is that the grandpa?
Grandpa. Yeah. Come on. That's grandpa.
Okay, so I don't think he had. It wasn't a character progression more than a character retirement, I guess. Like it's a
not for the
progression to him. Like,
I'm talking about him as a character.
Yeah, like him progressing and going into who he was as that character. I think it was nice. He at the end of it, he knew his role to be a teacher, but he was still learning how to be a teacher as an uncle, as a grandpa, as all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Learning that the Avatar is actually a good dude. I might have fucked up here joining the Fire Nation's army. You know what I'm saying? Like, he learns his own
Yeah,
mistakes. And then, like, oh, Zuko training with the Avatar, like, teaching him firebending. Like,
yeah.
it kind of puts forth, like, oh, we train together, we die together type shit. And then, like, the new leader of what the new Fire Nation would be is now training with the Avatar, which creates peace later on. The progression is all
Okay.
nice for like everybody. It's just like the people who I don't think progressed well, Katara.
Oh, you don't think she progressed well, do you? Oh shit.
Not
What's
in
wrong?
the span that you wanted. I feel as if she could have been so much more. She they made her play like the little helpless girl a little bit, but then didn't. Like, oh, she was pissy, mad that like, oh, Aang learned all this mad quick, but then like
So okay, so you didn't get her overall her character just didn't as a whole make sense entirely.
well,
A little
because
bit.
she like fell back on who she set out to be. Like she told her grandma, "I'm gonna go train with the Avatar." Then she trained the Avatar to be good at water bending. He's the Avatar, so he picked it up quicker. And then most of it's just air bending. Water and air are the two parallel signs.
Yeah.
You're not moving much differently. He's just doing a different element. It's just then you become upset, but you're still teaching him, and you still become upset. So like you sought out to be a teacher, and the same thing with what's his name, Hyro. I can't remember or pronounce his name.
Uncle Ira?
Yeah. Uncle Hyro. He like same way. They're still learning how to be teachers, but like by the end of it, she didn't progress like as a bender, I guess, or they didn't show her do that. That's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like they didn't
yeah.
show her like, oh, build that whole like do an ice wall herself. Like
It didn't show her progress even as a teacher. It basically showed her just all right. I taught him enough bending. I didn't progress my own things that where I could have progressed. And
so
basically, she could have been so much better as a teacher and as her own student. You know what I mean? Because she could have taught herself more as she was teaching him, but she didn't take advantage of it a lot of times. But like Uncle Iroh, he had a lot of lessons that he did give along, but his teachings did change as Zuko and stuff grew up and as they grew up, because he had to teach them the ways of, all right, you gonna learn your father's wrong eventually, one way or another. And Zuko set out. He learned his father was wrong. You know, he learned. All right, this is the wrong path for me. Eventually, it took a lot though. Eventually, he learned that was the wrong path.
Zuko's
You know what I mean?
hard-headed as fuck. Hard-headed. Yeah.
But the way Uncle Iroh progressed him is a lot different than the way Katara progressed Aang. You know what I mean? And how she progressed herself, because that sucks. Because she did do a lot. She learned some new bending styles, but she didn't. She could have been a lot better. She could have been a lot more. There's a lot more she could have done.
While Aang was learning Earth, she could have been really doing her fundamentals and retraining her water skills. She stole the scroll, but didn't do anything really with it. Like
Yeah. You remember that specifically? She stole a scroll.
you learned the water whip and didn't do anything with it. Like
Dude.
That's where I'm mad at the character writing. Like she progressed, but didn't show her progression. Like
There was a lot of
progression
wasted potential in the character.
Like you could have made her so much better, and I get the show's about it, Aang, but like Zuko progressed. By the end of it, Zuko was able to hit shit with his boomerang and actually fight. Katara did some raw shit once, but like you don't see that. You don't see the whole she's rescued half the show. She's like in danger most other episodes. Like where do you see? I get like her ability. She's supposed to play that like female role, but
Yeah.
I feel like the way they rewrote the new Avatar, like they made it seem like she was so much stronger, but they didn't animate her that way.
So you're saying like a lot of I get it. So they put her strength and progression in your face, but they don't ever show you nothing. I get it. They don't actually show you nothing crazy or nothing that she actually could have learned that would have been wild to see on, panned out or animated. You know what I mean?
Watching her do the whip and breaking some rocks, or like actually in battle fighting one of those lizard joints.
Yeah, that
Hell
would have been a
yeah.
wild. That would have been wild as fuck like that, bro. Like just
Oh,
watching.
it goes to
Dude.
Slasher, and she just water whips the claw right out of the way. Like,
Got me thinking of all these shows now, like that are animes without animes now too. Before we even knew, there's animes before we knew anime. Fucking
Rocket
Avatar.
Power is another one I want to rewatch because it's not like an anime and there's like they just restart. But like I do think when I watched it, there was a storyline a little bit.
Rocket Power.
Yeah. There's a
story.
little bit,
There's a
and
story.
then they get like movies, and then they get like that whole like where they go into the triathlon joints where they're like racing and doing the different sports besides just skateboarding. They're surfing, they're skateboarding, they're mountain like boarding type shit, all that extra shit like that. I want to rewatch it and get more of the storyline.
So you want to rewatch it next week because. From what I'm getting from Rocket Power is you see a lot of Rocket Power is a lot, man. It's a lot, man. There's a lot of character progression within all of them. All the kids, and especially with like Tito and them too. They're I keep forgetting the relations. I keep forgetting the relations too well. So
the restaurant, bro, it evolutionizes the whole show too. It like gets so much better. Like that show.
Restaurant. Just the town. Oh, yeah, they do a lot for their town, by the way, too. They do a lot of shit in their community, in their town, and all that like that, man. They have Boardwalk. I always wanted to visit the Boardwalk, to be honest with you. That was a place as a kid when I saw.
Where the Boardwalk's about.
It was a vibe, bro. Like, it was a whole fucking vibe. Even if you wasn't a skater, it was a vibe just to be on that boardwalk, to see the water, to see all that.
Don't be a newbie. Don't be a newbie.
Dude, they used to do, hold on, what was man's name? I keep forgetting. I don't know all their names too well. We got Otto. We got.
I can't remember.
I forgot. I can't remember all the dudes' names. I'm trying to remember the one kid with the yellow shirt.
The fatter dude.
Yeah. They was doing him shady, bro. They did him fucking shady every fucking episode, dog. Every time they got a chance.
He was the truest friend. He was the truest friend, though.
He held him down, though.
He was the
He held him down.
Friend.
They was, oh, shit. Oh, shit.
You good, bro?
All right, bet. Let's get it. But, yeah, he was the truest friend, bro. Like, honestly, he held it down. Even though they did him shady, he held it down. What was... Otto, Reggie, fuck, I had the names, dude. I actually had the names. Now I'm kind of upset that I don't know the names right now. Now I'm kind of upset. But Rocket Power is definitely something that you should definitely brush up on because I have it on. You got it on Paramount Plus, right? You got that shit right there.
I do have Paramount Plus. I'm about to watch it.
Yeah, you gotta put that shit on. But man, another show. I got a show for you, bro. Tell me if you actually understood the show, though. That's another question in itself. You ready?
Yeah.
You watch Rocko's Modern Life?
Yeah, a couple episodes here and there when I seen it on.
Did you also watch Invader Zim?
I watched Invader Zim more. Yes.
Okay. I'm about to say they got similar types of progression. Did you see the progression in Invader Zim? That's my question.
Yes and no. So I get Invader Zim. I don't get who's who. That's where you lose me in Invader Zim. So you know how that like
Wait.
Listen. You know how like it's about the alien trying to like take over the Earth or whatever it is, or do this, or like live among the humans or some shit.
Yeah.
I seen like probably like 15, 20 episodes, and I don't know, like they're like, they're like the robot or the alien. I get confused halfway through sometimes the episode on who is fucking who. They animated the people to look so weird. I get confused and never pay attention on who's actually the alien and who's actually the humans. It's so confusing to me sometimes. And I was a kid. This is before I was high, bro. This is before I get high. I did not understand who was who, and I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't care how easy it was. Watching that show is a little fucked up too, That show is weird as shit. And if you're not ready for that conversation, don't talk to me. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. That show was weird as shit. Don't tell me it wasn't. That fucking alien would eat like animals whole, bro. And it's like the size of a fucking pea. Where do you get off just unhinging your jaw and eating an entire fucking, like, come on. No, it doesn't make sense.
Dude, you couldn't do it? What about the little robot, Gur?
And that's why I get confused. Where Gur's this, that, and the third. Then he makes Gur do shit. And, like,
You know, like Gur being dressed up in a little dog suit, too, and the green dog?
bro, that's even more confusing. Because then I'm like, where's this dog? And it's just like, I don't know.
So where's this dog? He's like, what the fuck is going on right now in this show, dog? Yo. Alright, damn. Alright, so comparing that, that's why I said Invader Zim and Rocco's, because they, in the last couple years of Netflix, they released new 45-minute specials for both. Okay? For Rocco's Modern Life and Invader Zim. Okay. And I hated both. Not gonna lie. I dislike both. Them? Yes.
Why?
Because they tried to be too 2022 plus-ish, if that makes sense.
They wanted to still hit us. They tried to hit us, right?
They wanted to still hit us, but hit... You already know. They wanted to still hit us, but they posed the cartoon for the other audience, too. Like, it was such a... They basically write like movies nowadays, you know what I mean? Where they have a story, they have to follow the set pattern, right? They're gonna have... How do I say this without being... I ain't trying to make this sound bad. You know what I mean? So they basically use cartoons where they put like relationships at the forefront of it, right? At the forefront of the special, okay? Where both of them is like I guess a Rocko's Modern Life. There was a situation with a relationship, the whole thing, you know, basically about like a love thing, right? With Rocco and I think the frogs. I think they're called the Big Heads, right? The frogs, the Big Heads.
I can't remember.
But I think like the frog's like nephew, okay? And it was like a whole thing about that, you know, for I guess for 2020, you know, progressive type. Like I got no, you know, problem with it, but the way they portrayed the cartoon, it changed the whole vibe. You know what I mean? Because that's not what the cartoon, I guess, like portrayed a lot. You know what I mean? It was more for the random shenanigans, the random progression. You know what I mean? And they tried to make it. I guess they tried to force a story into that. You know what I mean? Which made it bad because now it's trying to be something it's not. Okay, it's trying to be something that is not at all. You know what I mean? That's not saying that's bad or not like that or wrong, but it's not the vibe of the cartoon itself. You know, they changed it entirely. And with the Invader Zim one, they took away the core fundamental of the show. They took away from Gur, they took away from all that, and they put so much focus on the alien race, right? I get it, that's the point of the show, but they put something so anticlimactic with it that it ruined the whole basis of the entire show itself. You know what I mean? You're like, wow, so this is why they invaded? That is terrible. You know, I'm going to let you watch it, but you're like, that is terrible. Okay? That is a whole terrible concept, like the concept they used for that. And I guess they butchered, you know, to me, they butchered both movies, or specials, not movies, specials. But, you know, like you said, we were talking about earlier, how they were like knocking down all the newer, you know, some of the new stuff. That was like my example of bad stuff. That was another piggyback off of that too. Yeah. That's something I just remembered during that. That's crazy. Because I didn't even know if you watched them or not.
No, not the new ones. Not the new ones. But ending on that note, we have been talking for a little bit. So Cul-de-sac Speaks will come every Sunday, first Sunday of the month, and you can now rewatch the episodes. We will see you all next time. Deuces. Peace out.
This is out there, yo. Stay blessed, stay safe out there, gang.
See you later.